Had to finish up my household chore real quick, but I'm back.
Our Nation Sports Show. If you thought the last couple of weeks during this year's NFL regular season have been crazy, well, for a third consecutive week, the games, the intensity have been ramped up to another level, because tonight we break down all of the action from Week 7 and the National Football League. Also tonight, we bring you Week 8 of our prediction battles. Plus tonight, it is the kickoff of the 2023 NBA regular season. And tonight, we break down who will be advancing to the World Series and more. It's showtime.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
From the good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
All right, everybody, we are live. It is that time again. It is Tuesday. What is going on, everybody? I am Ezra Vickery, and this is our Nation Sports Show. We thank everybody for joining us tonight. We got a lot to get into. Of course, a wild and crazy NBA or NFL week next week, and man, it's been a crazy, crazy week. And we got a lot to get into on that. We got, of course, the NBA officially starts again tonight. Hockey season's in full swing, and of course, baseball continues to get crazy as tonight, Game 7 happens. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing game tonight. I believe that is Game 7 between the Astros and the Rangers, or is it the Phillies and the Diamondbacks?
Phillies and the D-backs tonight.
Phillies and D-backs tonight, Game 7. It's going to be wild and crazy. And of course, like I said, hockey season in full swing. And we got a lot of other news to get to as well. But the ways you can follow us and, of course, interact with us right now is, of course, on our YouTube. YouTube.com/Our Nation Sports Show. You can follow us there. Like, subscribe, share, and interact with us in the chat. We love to hear from you guys as we give out our score predictions, talk about last week's games, and so much more. We'd love to hear you guys interact with us. Also, don't forget follow us at Owen_Sports Show on Twitter, Facebook.com/Our Nation Sports Show, Instagram.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner as well at the Nation's Corner on the good old YouTube channel, Nation's Corner, across the socials. It's going to be a great show this week, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We got the fallout from an epic Bound for Glory weekend, including the big announcement that TNA will return as of Hard to Kill in January. We're going to talk about that and, of course, all the stuff that happens this week in the wonderful world of professional wrestling with, of course, our glorious team, including most of the time Front Row, Deb House, and Tony Justice, Mongrovi, and Mike. Of course, check out last week's episode with our boy Stevie Wyan, who was on talking a little pro wrestling. And it was a great, great, great show. So check it out, everybody. Also at Too Sweet Cosplay across all socials for all your cosplay wrestling needs. Of course, Halloween coming up. So we'll be posting some new cosplays coming up for the Halloween week. So check out our socials for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel where we have some old cosplay videos, some great videos, including a certain guy in a wheelchair meeting the AEW World Champion. At the time he wasn't, but now he is, MJF. But of course, we'll talk all about that another time. We got a show to get into. Unfortunately, Kevin Rory is busy with the outside project and couldn't join us this week, but hopefully we'll have him back next week as he finishes this project. And of course, Hijacker Mike unfortunately has his job at the Cigar Lounge. He has to do inventory tonight, so he can't join us. But both gentlemen did send us their scores, and it's and we can't wait to hear them in a little while. But we got the little Hydra here, the three-headed monster here, and we started off with, of course, the most sorry Atlanta Braves / Alabama fan in the entire world. No, I'm kidding. He's my bro. He's a good man, and he's a good sport. Baseball Zone, Hijack, or Joey Thornton. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's awesome to be back after missing last week due to a family function that I had to go to. But yeah, it's good to be back next week. And yeah, I'm a little heartbroken about my Atlanta Braves. Not surprised, though. Still in high spirits, though, with my Alabama Crimson Tide because we just keep finding ways to keep winning. And as far as my Commanders go, man, I don't know what needs to be done, but we can't put up no 7 points up against the New York Giants and expect to win a ball game. But, of course, we'll get to that in just a minute. But, yeah, it's good to be back. We got some sports to talk about. And plus, we got a full slate of NFL games this week now because not a single team is taking the week off. So that'll be a nice little break from the bye weeks. But let's go.
Absolutely. And, of course, we got my heavy metal brother from North Carolina. This man right here, when it comes to his picks, he hits harder than Lars. He hits harder than Lars on And Justice for All, but still has the technicality of Nickel McBrain on Power Slave. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one, the only, Big Stevie Wyan. What's up, brother?
Two of my favorite metal records. I love Power Slave. I love the Justice record from Metallica. They're two of my favorite records from both those respective bands. But what is going on, everybody? We are here once again to talk about another, and I keep saying this like a broken record, another crazy weekend in the NFL, because week after week for the past 3 weeks, the games, just how the pacing of the games are, it's just nuts, what's been happening in these last couple of weeks. And NBA season kicking off tonight, actually. And one team has punched their ticket to the World Series, and there will be a final decisive Game 7 tonight in Philadelphia between the Diamondbacks and the Phillies. And we will see who will be facing the Texas Rangers in the World Series. And with that being said, let's go.
Definitely. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to get right into it. And let's talk about this. And man, the Texas Rangers, man, they closed out that series against the Houston Astros in a big way. And what a huge win and a powerful statement they made, knocking out the former World Series champion Astros. Oh man, it was definitely a battle for the ages. It looked like it was going to be pretty close, but then Texas was like, nope, we're not letting this slip away from us. A team whose records were not even that great the past couple of seasons. They had decent records, but nothing compared to the playoff baseball they've been playing lately. And you know what? They came in, they proved their point, they made a statement, and now they're in the World Series and they're just sitting, waiting on an opponent, and we'll find that out tonight. Game 7, like I said, between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Arizona Diamondbacks. And of course, I believe the World Series starts on I think it's Friday, correct?
Yes, it's Friday.
Yes, it starts Friday night on Fox.
Yep, and that's the reason why Friday Night SmackDown, of course, has been preempted to FS1 instead of its usual spot on the normal Fox channel. So for wrestling fans, don't forget FS1 this week at its normal time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on FS1 for Friday Night SmackDown. Steven, go ahead.
What a unbelievable performance by the Rangers for the majority there in this series, except for those last couple of games. I mean, because it was looking really shaky in this series because Texas, got off to a great start in the first 2 games on the road. And then Houston just retaliated. Altuve and Alvarez and they got going, and Brentley got going, and and the bats got hot, for Houston, and that's the one thing you can't have if you're the opposing team, because once Altuve gets going and once Alvarez gets going, like there's no stopping them, and Houston, it looked like they were fixing to go punch their ticket to the World Series again, but that game 6 was crazy. I mean, the drama in that game was crazy because Houston at one point seemed to have their foot on the gas, because at one point they had a the bases were fully loaded, and just somehow the Rangers got out of that jam. They preserved the lead. They were up, I believe they were up 2-, I think it was like 4-2 or 4-2, and just an insane lift, for the Rangers, and they got off out of the jam, and then they got out at bat, and they finished off, the Astros in that game, man, with that grand slam. I mean, first the Corey Seager got hit with the pitch, and he walked, and I'm like, well, the bases are still loaded, so you walked in the run, and here comes Garcia a couple of players later, and just knocks it out of the park, with a grand slam, a decisive victory for the Rangers in that. But honestly, even though the score was 9-2, that did not, that was not a blowout. That was just how close this game was, because any team could have hit a grand slam at that point, or any team could have batted a couple of runs in, because Houston, if they would have hit a good ball out of the park, they would have had the lead, and they probably would have won the game, and they would have gone on to the World Series. But that didn't happen. And then last night, it was just domination by the Rangers. The Rangers, I was honestly more surprised about last night than I was Sunday, just for the simple fact that I was not expecting the Rangers to get back-to-back, games like that. But I thought the Rangers had a chance to win Game 7 on the road, because I said that they were going to have to win this game. It was going to have to be a close game. They're not going to beat Astros easily, are they? Well, last night they did. Dominated. By the 6th inning, it was already 8-2. And I'm like, well, this game is pretty much over. And then that 2-run homer at the bottom of the 6th, I'm like, yep, it's over. Pack it up, it's over. And eventually the ending was 11-4, and hell of a run, for Houston, but man, my hats off goes to the Rangers, man. They haven't been back into this position of the World Series in over a decade. And congratulations to their fans, and to the team, for getting this far.
I absolutely agree with you 1,000%, Stephen. I mean, Texas and Houston, they gave us one hell of a hard-fought series. I mean, going into each of these 7 games, you never knew who was going to come out as the winner, because even though Houston had the better record and beat Texas in the regular season series 9-4, these teams were so evenly matched whenever they were out there on the diamond. It almost blows you away with the fact that how much talent is on these two respective baseball squads, and the fact that they have wise leadership guiding them to this spot. The Rangers, of course, with Bruce Bochy, and the Houston Astros with Dusty Baker. I mean, you take a look at those two names, Bruce Bochy and Dustin Baker, and you have a mile-long list of achievements that these two men have made, whether they've been managers or whether they've been players on their own. I mean, you got to have the utmost respect for both Bochy and Dusty Baker, and the fact that they were able to lead their two respective teams to this spot in the ALCS, I mean, with all the talent that they have on their respective rosters, it's just mind-blowing. as to how close all of these games were. And
It was.
go ahead, Stephen.
It was. I mean, when you look at this matchup, I mean, and these two managers, I mean, Bochy, just his resume is already Hall of Fame level status. And the guys on the Fox broadcast last night were talking about, man, we were all ready to put this guy in the Hall of Fame, but he just halted that because this is a great win for Bruce and for the Rangers, to beat this juggernaut of an Astros team, to punch their ticket to the World Series for the first time since 2011 when they took on the San Francisco Giants, in that series, and just it's a hell of a win and a hell of a statement, for the Rangers, because win or lose in the World Series, they've had a great run this year, and Arizona and Philadelphia fans are breathing a sigh of relief that they did not have to face Alvarez, and Altuve and Bregman and the Astros in the World Series, because if that would have happened, they probably would have lost, especially if Philadelphia wins tonight. They probably would have lost again, because that's how deep this Houston team was this year.
Absolutely. And just the fact that both the Rangers and the Astros gave us 7 hard-fought, memorable, amazing games. Even though all 7 games didn't have very close margins, the fact that all 7 of these games were just very hard-fought down to the very end just makes this series so much more memorable. And there was also a little bit of history involved with this Rangers-Astros series. According to what SportsCenter was talking about this morning when they were talking about the Rangers and Astros series in general, this was only the second ever postseason series in baseball where the road team won all 7 games.
I heard that stat last night, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, that is just a remarkable statistic.
The first 2 games in Houston, Texas took both. Then the next 3 in Texas, Houston took all 3. And then games 6 and 7 back in Houston, Texas took them. You can't make this stuff up.
No.
Which just goes to show you the one thing that we've been talking about week after week here in sports. You never know what to expect.
And especially during the baseball playoffs, and especially during this past weekend in the NFL. Just week after week, the crazy factor just keeps getting ramped up to a higher level.
Absolutely. But yes, kudos to the Texas Rangers for knocking off the Houston Astros and advancing to the World Series, and now they just await to see who's going to be joining them later on tonight.
Yep, exactly. Yep, exactly. This has been one of the more competitive series of baseball in a little bit, and this is what makes great postseason baseball. 2 teams, highly competitive. Instead of just your prototypical, washouts, blowouts, sweeps. This is what we live for as sports fans. We live for games like this. We live for series like this. So it's great to see stuff like this, because it makes it that much more entertaining. It makes more people tune in because you got action, you got drama, you got the competitiveness, and that's what I love about sports like this, when you have games like this and series like this. So it's definitely interesting, and tonight we'll find out who finally takes that final spot in the World Series. And of course, the World Series starts on Friday, like we said earlier. So definitely check your local listings and be ready for Friday when the World Series officially begins. We find out, will it be the Philadelphia Phillies or will it be the Diamondbacks? 2 teams many people didn't think would make it this far, but we'll find out who takes on those Texas Rangers, another team that many people didn't think would get this far. So it's gonna be an absolute battle coming up on Friday. But outside of that, man, we got a lot outside of that in the world of baseball. Man, we got a lot to get into in other sports, and that includes the NBA. And of course, the biggest news today coming out of the NBA is the contract extension for one Giannis Antetokounmpo. The man has signed a brand new 3-year, $186 million contract extension.
The man got paid.
Yes, sir. The man got paid, and rightfully so. Now Giannis will be sticking around for 3 extra years added to his contract. So, congratulations to Giannis. What do you guys think about that?
I
Good for
think
him.
it is
Awesome.
very, very well deserved. I mean, this new deal has pretty much guaranteed that he's going to be the almost the highest paid player in the NBA this year. Only matching Anthony Davis's total from his contract that he signed back in the offseason. But I mean, the fact that this has been a huge, huge win here in the offseason for Milwaukee, because not only were they able to improve in the lineup a little ways, and not only were they able to sign Giannis to this record-breaking contract, but they also went out west to acquire one of the best point guards right now in the game today, that of course being Damian Lillard. And the fact that he is now going to be teaming up with Giannis, Chris Middleton, and the Lopez twins, can you say trouble? Can you say trouble? Because that's what Milwaukee is going to be to every team, especially in the Eastern Conference this season. So kudos to Milwaukee for drastically improving your lineup.
Milwaukee, honestly, this season going in is a far more superior team than they won when they won their championship 3 seasons ago. And that's saying something, because Middleton, Antetokounmpo, and obviously Drew Holiday on the defensive end were 3 of the catalyst players that were the reason why Milwaukee won that championship, along with Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez, with being the great, multiplayer that he is. But the fact that you add his twin Robin in there, and the biggest acquisition in the offseason, Damian Lillard. Antetokounmpo and Middleton are bad enough for opposing defenses. But now that you add Damian Lillard there, who can shoot above any 7-footer, it is going to be a hell of a season, I believe, for the Bucks this year. And I will be totally surprised if the Milwaukee Bucks are not representing the Eastern Conference in the NBA Finals this season, because there is no way they should not be representing, because to me, the East is as weak as it could ever be now.
I believe it.
Because the Celtics are a far drastic different team this year.
Yeah, because they're not going to have, because for one thing, they're not going to have that defensive presence known as Marcus Smart anymore.
Nope. They still got Horford, I believe, right?
Let me look that up.
I think they still got Horford, but for Porzingis, nah.
Nah, Porzingis, heck no.
He's not a defensive player.
Yes,
Horford is still with the Celtics.
Okay, well that's good for them, because Horford can stretch the court,
But at the same time, he's 37 years old, so he's not going to be getting any younger.
Nope. He's another year older. And here's the thing about the Celtics that drives me nuts is Jason Tatum and especially Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, and I still have an issue with this contract, and we went on a huge tirade when that contract was announced a couple of months ago. That contract is the biggest bogus move in the NBA in a long time, because that type of money that Brown earned from that contract, it is just garbage to me, because he is not worth the money they paid him. And since he got paid in the offseason, he better play like a big money made basketball superstar, because Jason Tatum, while he's good, he's not consistent. He has his moments where he's up and down, and it'll be interesting to see how the Celtics do this season. And talking about how the NBA season is, starting off tonight. You got the defending champions, the Nuggets, taking on LeBron, Anthony Davis and the Lakers in the opener, and then you got Stephen Curry and Golden State taking on Phoenix Suns, and the Phoenix Suns are a completely different team now.
Yep.
Now that Chris Paul is no longer with the organization, it's just Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Phoenix to me, they have some good players, but I don't think Phoenix will be what they were the last 2.5 seasons.
Yeah,
No, I don't think so either.
Now, Denver, on the other hand, Denver has all the tools in the treasure chest to make it back to the NBA Finals. I mean, Jokic, Murray. That's all I need to say. Those two alone, they are the Tony Parker and the Tim Duncan of their era. Jamal Murray is an incredible mid-range jump shooter, and he can shoot the three pretty good too. He's also a hell of a point guard. And Jokic, I mean, what can I say? He is this generation's Dirk Nowitzki, and he has changed how the big man plays in the NBA now with the way he stretches the court.
Yeah, so we got other contract news coming in too, and there's plenty of it for sure. And we got some of the other big the other contracts right now. There was no rookie contract extensions for Sadiq Bey from Atlanta, New York's Emmanuel Quickly, Chicago's Patrick Williams, Indiana's Obi Toppin, and Toronto's Precious Achua. Those will be players able to join restricted free agency next summer. Also in contract news, Onyeka Okongwu for the Atlanta Hawks has signed a $62 million extension. So he has agreed to that, and he will be sticking with Atlanta for a little while. For 4 years, according to Adam Schefter. Also, the Mavericks' Josh Green has agreed on a 3-year, $40 million contract extension. So he'll be around for a while there. Orlando Magic guard Cole Anthony has agreed to a 3-year, $39 million deal. Indiana Pacers' Aaron Nesmith has agreed to a $33 million extension for 3 years.
Wow. A lot of money flowing around in the NBA.
Yep.
Huge money.
Yep, big money. Big money. Devin Ajiha from Denny Ajiva from Washington has agreed on a 4-year, $55 million extension. So Zach Collins for the Spurs has agreed on a contract extension as well. 2 years, $35 million. But in non-contract news, a couple of news notes. Steven Adams has announced that he will undergo season-ending knee surgery.
Hasn't even played a game yet. My goodness.
And he is done. He's got to have it on his right crucial ligament after non-operative rehabilitation did not resolve ongoing knee instability. So let's see what else real quick. Zeke Naji has signed a 4-year, $32 million contract extension with the Denver Nuggets. Oh yeah, and one other thing I forgot. James Harden didn't show up for practice yesterday.
Practice, but not a game.
He just continues to put more, or I guess I can put it this way: he's continuing to put himself in even more hot water than what he already is.
Yeah, we've had this discussion numerous times, but it's Harden being Harden, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, but there have been reports going around that the reason why he's been missing practice is because he's been reportedly he has been seen in Houston, Texas.
Oh, good for him.
He went back to the strip clubs. He missed being down there.
True.
Here's some here's some basketball, but it's college. Duke coach John Shire has agreed on a 6-year contract extension.
Nice.
Whoa. Interesting.
That'll take him through the 2028-2029 college basketball season.
And well deserved. I mean, he did a great job in his first season replacing Coach K.
He did. He did.
Yes,
he
he
did.
did. Go ahead, Steven.
I was just gonna say, agreeing. Just after replacing such a Hall of Famer at Duke University, he had a hell of a run last year.
No, absolutely. Terry Stotts has stepped down as an assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Ooh.
Yep. So he has left. No other news about it outside of him just departing. And of course, the biggest news I think of the week outside of the Giannis thing is the retirement of Andre Iguodala.
Man, you talk about a career. Iguodala had a hell of a career in the NBA. I mean, all the years with Philadelphia, taking them to the playoffs a couple of times, but no one will ever forget his run with Golden State and the championships that he won with that organization.
4-time NBA champ, NBA Finals MVP, and NBA All-Star in 2012.
Yep.
Nearly 2 decades in the league.
Of
course, I remember him
Sixth
being
Man of the Year award winner too.
Yep, I remember him being a pain in the ass when he was playing for Philadelphia when it came to Philadelphia versus Chicago.
Yeah, Iguodala was a player.
Oh hell yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. But yeah, the big we have those 2 games tonight, of course, to kick off the regular season, and then a whole slate of games tomorrow as well. So definitely check your local listings, check TNT, check CBS, whatever channel your games are on. Check it out. Check your local listings to find what game will be on for your team. So definitely tight. We got 2 great games, 2 conference games, which should be great entertainment as well. But moving on from the world of baseball, because that's pretty much all, or basketball, which is pretty much all I have there on that front. We got a lot of football to talk about, so let's get right into it.
Oh yeah.
And of course we like to do our little.
What's up, William? How you doing, sir?
Hey, William, how are you, buddy? How are you, man? All right, yeah, we start off from Thursday and ultra competitive battle between the Jaguars and the Saints on Prime Video.
Man, can I just say that the New Orleans Saints red zone percentage sucks, like completely? Like 2 of 5. Hello, 2 of 5. New Orleans, can you get it together? Can you know how to block for your quarterback? I mean, can you get your running back in space to run and come up with some more creative plays, would you please? I mean, just the Jaguars have been playing some incredible ball these last 3 weeks. 2 wins in London back to back, and winning last Thursday against the Saints. And honestly, we wasn't surprised. That's why we all picked Jacksonville to win that game, just because we know how the Saints are just their own worst enemy, at times. And it reared its ugly head during Thursday night, especially during late stages in the fourth quarter with that drop pass.
Drop touchdown by Foster Moreau. Good Lord, that was brutal.
He had sleepless nights for a couple of nights after that, because that drop was bad, really bad.
Oh yeah. We go from one game that was very, very close to a game that wasn't even close for the start. That was the Baltimore Ravens stomping the Detroit Lions 38-6.
Yeah, that game was
brutal.
Not even close. I mean, the Ravens haven't had a lot of good victories so far this year, but this was a definite statement victory by the Ravens this season. And Lamar Jackson had a great game on Sunday against Detroit.
Yeah, very, very much so. Very good game. Looking at the stat line real quick. Jared Goff had 284, but no touchdowns, 1 interception. But man, Lamar Jackson, 21 of 27, 357, 3 touchdowns, including a rushing touchdown. 2 of those touchdowns were caught by Mark Andrews.
His favorite target.
And of course, 1 touchdown from Nelson Aguilar. So you have that going on. And then my Bears pull out a victory against the Oakland trash bag fire dumpster Raiders.
In the words of Randy, fire Josh McDaniels. That is all.
And I'll take it. A win is a win at this point, you know. I'll say this much: Tyson Bagent, though, had a pretty decent game for Chicago. He wasn't a big thrower. Didn't have a lot of yards, but man was efficient when it counted, and Bears were able to seal it away.
Yes, he did.
Oh, Dan, and then you talk about this. This is the game that we talked about here that we couldn't believe, and that is Browns and the Colts. Browns winning 39-38.
Whew.
Woo!
It's like an NBA game, but it's like 141-140. No team played defense.
Yeah, Kevin knows all about that. 2K. Crazy.
I mean, you look at this for a game look at that. PJ Walker threw for 178, no touchdowns, and an interception. Who came in for Deshaun Watson when the Deshaun got concussed?
You know,
all three of their touchdowns that game were rushing. 1 by Jerome Ford, 2 by Kareem Hunt.
I feel no sympathy for Watson at all. He got hurt. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, it just goes to show you that these two teams their records say what they are, you know. And this game was weird because
well, we can't say that much about Cleveland. Cleveland is 4-2.
This is true.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Cleveland is 4-2. Indy is 3-4.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like their records, were pretty much identical going into this game, you know, and just up and down how they both have been this past or during the first half of this season. But my God, I mean, this game had weird ebbs and flows. I mean, nobody could score, and then the offense caught fire, you know, in the second half, especially in that fourth quarter, in that third and fourth quarter. I'm like, can somebody stop somebody? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it looked like a video game. Touchdown. I'm like, what is happening? Like, this is nuts. Like, and Kareem Hunt, I mean, props to that guy for continuing to twist them legs to fight to get into the end zone with 15 seconds to go in the game. I mean, just an unbelievable determination by Hunt and leading Cleveland to that victory. And Gardner Minshew, he was all right. He was okay. You know, he did his thing a couple of times, you know, and, you know, but you got to play defense if you want to win, you know, and the Colts they couldn't stop him. But man, if you had this game in the under, and that many points, you definitely won the betting on this game. I mean, just crazy
defense. You talk about defense?
You kidding me? Defense?
Had to create that one. But yeah, who would have thought this game would have been that high scoring? I mean, seriously, it's like.
I know William was probably sweating bullets during that game.
Dude, but then again, who would have thought the Patriots would score 29 points against the Buffalo Bills and beat them?
I think it's time, and I've said it in our chat, and I've heard it on social media. I think it's time for Buffalo to hit that panic button, because how in the hell do you give up nearly 30 points to Mac Jones? Who? Mac Jones.
Who?
I mean,
Who?
Mac Jones.
Who?
I'll say it again for the people in the back that couldn't hear me. Mac Jones. I mean, just incredible. The stats that he had there in this game. That was not the same Mac Jones for the last 3 to 4 weeks where he couldn't even throw the ball down the field. I mean, he had a way better game than Josh Allen did.
Well, Steven, I'm not going to make excuses for Buffalo, but I will say that Buffalo, the past couple games, has had a rash of injuries to especially their defense. Their defense, unfortunately, has suffered a lot of injuries, including some serious ones that have required surgery and have put players out for the year. You know, we had that one guy, Buffalo, who was out with that neck injury. We don't know how long he's going to be out.
This is true.
We had, I think they lost one of their cornerbacks to torn Achilles and is done for the year.
Yep, White.
Buffalo,
they lost White to the Achilles tear.
Yeah, so Buffalo has unfortunately had a lot of injuries leading up to these games. So, and the schedule's not gotten easier for them. I mean, this would have been an easy game for them, but I think partially, yes, they did not play well. Josh Allen didn't play well, but also I think also they're very thin on defense right now because all the injuries to the defensive core, and even I think an offensive guy was injured too recently. So
yeah,
I think they're thin. They're a little thin on more on the defense, but a little on the offensive side too. So I think that's part of the reason why is just a rash of injuries.
And Josh Allen needs to clean up that turnover bug because it has bitten him again and again and again and again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I definitely agree with that.
And then the Giants somehow beating the Commanders 14-7.
Joey, I know you got thoughts on this game, so go right ahead.
You know, it's not really the fact that Sam Howell did not play his best game because, yeah, even though he did go without a touchdown and did throw that single pick, I mean, Sam Howell is doing everything he can, but when you have a coaching staff that apparently does not know how to call plays, if you got a running attack, it doesn't know how to move the ball down the field instead of just going down the middle. And if you got wide receivers who can't break away from that weak New York Giants secondary to catch passes down the field, then you know you got some problems. And the Commanders right now, even though we are 3-4, we have problems right now. And for once, I'm happy to say once again, it is not the ownership because we finally got brand new ownership. So for once, that is not the problem. But the fact of the matter is, it almost seems like Ron Rivera is on his way out. I mean, whenever he first got hired to be the Washington head coach, I was ecstatic because I thought he was going to bring that winning mindset that he got from Carolina over to Washington. But it apparently has not happened yet because the dude has not had a winning season in any year he has been our head coach. So I honestly don't know what Josh Harris and that ownership team is going to do, whether they release Ron or whether they fire Ron Rivera before the season ends or if they do it after the season. But Washington, they just need some help. That's all I'm going to say.
And the Giants finally scored a touchdown after over 200 minutes of not having a touchdown in the first half this past Sunday. Oh, good. Good for you.
Yeah, somehow the football Giants pulled out another one, 2-5 on that one now.
Pathetic. You get nothing from me.
You lose. Good day, sir. There you go. A little Willy Wonka reference for those of you who may not know. Falcons beat the Bucks 16-13. So there's that for you. I believe that was a game-winning field goal, right? Could be wrong.
For what game?
Bucks and Falcons.
Yes, game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
Yep.
Young Huku. Game-winning 51-yarder.
Yeah, I thought I remember that highlight. I thought I did. Steelers beat the Rams 24-17.
That right there was kind of a shocker.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, a little bit of shocker there. Stafford did not play well in this game. Stafford seems to be reverting back to his old Detroit Lion days. Kenny Pickett, who had a good game throwing, but not a lot of production. No touchdowns, no interceptions. At least he did throw a pick. Stafford had 1 touchdown, 1 pick on 231. But Steelers, big was their rushing game. Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, and Kenny Pickett himself all had rushing touchdowns. So the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 20-10.
Good win for Seattle.
Oh yeah, good win for Seattle, and easily now 1-6 for the Arizona beta testing Cardinals. They're in a modern warfare with themselves. And in this one, Denver Broncos beating the Green Bay Packers 19-17. But I have a problem.
Oh boy.
We're not in Houston.
Boy.
We're not in Houston, but we have a problem. My problem is, how could you be up 16-3 in the third quarter? But then by 5 minutes left in the fourth, you're losing by 17-16. You will have 2 touchdowns, 14 unanswered points before you finally hit the game-winning field goal.
What more can I say? Broncos country loves giving their fans massive heart attacks.
Yes, they do.
Unfortunately, yes. I wish they would have actually played right and put Green Bay away, but nope, they decided to let Jordan Love and him do the old Aaron Rodgers routine, come back and win it with only a few minutes left in the fourth.
And then never pulls it out of their ass.
Yeah, somehow they're able to get down there and get in the field goal range and
It
get
ball that went right out of their ass. Hey!
And then, of course, the Chiefs finally had a high score. Finally had a high-scoring game against the Bolts. Beat them 31-17.
I don't know what was up with Mahomes this week, but my goodness, he came out with a vengeance on Sunday. 4 touchdowns in that game.
424 yards on 32 of 42.
Pretty good. That's the old Mahomes that we know.
And of course, the future Taylor Swift album subject. I mean, Travis Kelce.
Come on, man.
12 receptions for 179 yards. And by the way, Grayson Waller was right. If you know what I'm talking about, if you guys have seen the poster of Grayson Waller about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, you know what I'm talking about. But man, 4 touchdowns went to Isaiah Pacheco, Rashee Rice, Valdez Scantling, and Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, 12 catches, 179 on 13 targets.
Wow.
And we all know the only reason he got that many targets is because fucking Taylor Swift is in the press box with.
How fitting it was 13.
Well, no, if it was 19, it would be her album.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
It's true, but 13 is Taylor Swift's lucky number.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And we know what makes Elder turn off Busted Open. Taylor Swift talk.
Yeah, I mean, bust open. Look what you made him do.
For real.
And then of course we had the Dolphins and the Eagles, which ironically was the same score, 31-17.
Not surprised, honestly. I mean, Tua Tagovailoa had a pretty good start to this game, but that Philadelphia defense
talk about this game for a few minutes. I'll be back in like 5.
Yep. Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa had a decent start to this game, but just that defense clamped down on him. I mean, just They were hitting him. They picked him off a couple of times. And Joey, you know as well as I know, as well as Kevin knows and Ezra knows, and everybody out there, that this Philadelphia offense is not one to mess with. Like
No.
just the way they're playing. Like Jalen Hurts is playing good ball, and obviously AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, the two great receivers on the outside, and then you got Dallas Goedert at the tight end position, who has equipped himself into a great security blanket for Hurts when he needs a critical third down conversion, and obviously DeAndre Swift. I mean, my God. I mean, no pun intended, but he's got some Swifty moves. I mean, just the way he runs and he attacks the line of scrimmage and the way he runs in between the tackles and to the outside. Like, he is just a great running back. And I mean, I said it during the game on Sunday that, yeah, Miles Sanders, is a decent running back, but he was good for that system. But DeAndre Swift is even better.
Oh, for sure.
Even better. Now, I'm not that surprised that Philadelphia won, but I was a little surprised that Tua and the offense couldn't get another touchdown. Because there was a couple of times it got kind of interesting, but they couldn't capitalize. But that defense, Miami's defense was decent at times, but there's just no stopping that great Philadelphia offense. And that offensive line it's still one of the best offensive lines in football.
Oh, yeah,
And
for sure.
Philly's playing some good ball, and Miami up to this point, they played some good ball too, and they still lead the AFC East. I mean, and I like Miami's chances that the rest of the year to go far. Just a matter of can Tonga Viola stay healthy, because so far he has. Philly's playing some good ball, and it will be interesting to see how Miami finishes the season. And what were your thoughts, Stilly, on the way this game went on Sunday?
Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that Philly was able to walk away with a huge win. I was kind of expecting it to be just a little bit closer, but Philly's defense knew what they had to do, and that's the fact that they had to keep Tua off of his A game. They had to do everything they can to try to shut down Tyreek Hill and shut down Jalen Waddle, because I mean, like we've said all season, Tyreek and Jalen, they are the fastest wide receiver combo that we have seen in the NFL in a very long time.
Yes.
And Philly knew that they had to throw them off their game. So kudos to the Philadelphia defense for shutting down the Miami passing game and for shutting down the run game as well.
And William, to answer your question, no, I don't think DeAndre Swift is related to Taylor Swift.
Oh my gosh, no.
No, I do not believe that is the case. How
about no?
No.
Wow.
All right, I'm back. Final game to talk about, from this past week anyways, is, and if Kevin, I think the main reason why Kevin is not here is because he didn't want to talk about the 49ers and the Vikings.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense did all they could do, but Brock Purdy, for the second consecutive week, had not a great game. I mean, 3 interceptions in this game, not acceptable. Two interceptions. 2 interceptions, not acceptable. 3 turnovers in this game.
Well, I would be like 3 interceptions, not acceptable. 2 interceptions, whatever.
Yeah, but the fact that Kirk Cousins was finally able to ball out for I think it's the first time this season, and with Justin Jefferson in the lineup.
And it was on prime time. Say what?
It was on prime time. Yes.
Captain Kirk did not sink the ship for once on prime time.
Dude, and you know what the hilarious thing is?
What's that?
On Monday night when Kirk and yesterday, I think it was before and after their game, you know what song they've been bumping before they go out?
What's that?
Elder's favorite band, Creed, Higher.
Wait, hold on a second. You mean to tell me that Elder actually listens to bands on his stone tablets from the Mesozoic era?
Hey, you can't make fun of a guy who still owns a phonograph.
Wait. So you're telling me what if the Vikings keep playing Creed songs at their games?
Dude, it says right here that before they play, they've been playing Higher by Creed.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think Elder officially hates football even more now.
I'm torn how I feel about this. Okay, for one,
Please, it's already my sacrifice being on here. Stop with the Creed references.
if I keep doing that, it'll turn into some bad weather.
I'm about down to one last breath here, so let's move on.
One? Only one?
Is it gonna rain out there? I don't know. Anyways, let's stop here. But yeah, Kirk Cousins somehow had a hell of a game. 378, 2 touchdowns, only 1 pick, 35 of 45 passing, 2 touchdowns to Jordan Addison on 7 catches for 123 yards. But yeah, I know also I know that the 49ers had been dealing with injuries. I know that Deebo Samuel didn't play this past week.
No. Christian McCaffrey still scored 2 touchdowns in the game, but it just doesn't, it just doesn't wasn't enough. And Brock Purdy, he's 2 losses already into his career, back-to-back weeks, and I'm not panicking if I'm San Francisco. You just got to execute. They're still at the top for me in the NFC West. Seattle's a close, second behind, but to me, the Niners still on that division.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, look, where it's going to get interesting is in a couple weeks. I think about 5 or 6 weeks down the line, it will be Philadelphia versus San Francisco. That's going to be the game of the week.
Yeah, I agree. So, are you guys ready to get into the score predictions?
Are you ready?
Let's do it, guys. We got a lot to get into,
and unfortunately, Joey has some hideous numbers to read from last week. Ugh.
Yeah, Joey.
Yes.
Why don't you read the disappointment?
Yeah, unfortunately, I do have some disappointing numbers last week.
No. When it comes to you, Joey, I'm afraid I've got some bad
news.
There you go.
Yes. The fact of the matter is, everybody last week had to end with a losing record. And that is absolutely bloody pathetic.
Thank you very much.
So, Joey, what were the numbers last week?
Steven, you actually won last week with a record of 6-7.
What do you know? Just like your Carolina Panthers, only better.
Yes.
But unlike the Panthers, I have 6 victories last week. And oh, by the way, speaking of the Panthers, they did get one guaranteed last week. They didn't lose a game.
For once. But yeah, me and Kevin finished with respective 5 and 8 records, and Ezra, you went 4 and 9, brother.
Yeah.
What do you know? Just like my Bears.
At least you have more wins than them.
Yes, this is true.
Thank God on that.
So yeah, and I will also go ahead and say that we are 2 weeks away from revealing how the records stand at this point of the season.
Yep.
So guys, be ready.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with another Thursday night game. Let me get to the right schedule here. And that is, of course, a prime time, another prime video game. Tampa Bay Bucks going to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
Well, I'm going to get this party started. Mike has the Bills winning 35-17. I am going to go with Buffalo as well. I'm going to go Buffalo. I'm going to go 28-14.
31-17. Bills.
All right. Kevin has the Bills over the Bucks in a close one, 26-21.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Bills as well. I think they're going to rebound from last week's disaster with the New England Patriots, and I think they're going to rebound and win this one. Give me the Bills 27-19.
Okay.
William post a score.
Oh, he's got an upset. Bucks 21-17.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And we got the Houston Texans taking on the Carolina Panthers. CJ Stroud all day on this one. Give me the Texans 31-6.
All right, I'm gonna go with Houston as well. Give me CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. I'm gonna go 30-7.
I'm going to go with the Texans as well. I'm going to go 23-6. And Mike has the Texans winning as well, 24-10.
Okay.
All right, and
Oh no, this is going to be good.
Kevin has the Texans over the Kittens, 30-2.
Not
Man, come on. Oh, Williams got the Texans 30-13.
Okay.
Oh, he's being generous.
Man, that's being way too kind.
All right. Next up is the LA Rams going to the heart of America to take on the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. I'm gonna go. I got, even though we bag on them, I gotta go with Dallas. Dallas had a week off. They're healing up some injuries if they had any. The team's gonna be hopefully healthy, full force for them. Give me Dallas in this one. 27-20.
Give me Dallas as well. I think they're going to bounce back. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I'm going to go with the Cowboys, 28-22.
Ooh, check out that score.
Okay.
Kevin actually has the Rams in this one by a final of 27-26.
Ah.
Okay.
And I am going to go with the Rams also because Dallas, over the past number of years, has actually struggled quite a bit whenever they come out of their bye weeks. So I'm going to go with St. Louis. I'm sorry. Whoa, where did that come from? I'm going with the LA Rams in this one. I'm going to go... You know what? I'm feeling a little odd on this one. Give me the Rams 29-25.
And William has the Cowboys 21-17. Ooh, good score. Good score, dude.
Yes, of course. Next we got the NFC North showdown. the Minnesota Vikings heading to cold Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers.
I'm going to start this one out. Mike has the Vikings 24-16 over Green Bay. This one's tough to call.
All right. Kevin is actually picking the Vikings over the Packers 20-17.
Yeah, you know what? Give me Green Bay as well. Or not Green Bay. Minnesota. Give me Minnesota as well in this one. 24-18.
Ooh, check out that score.
Nice.
Yeah, the Vikings, they are coming off a huge win over San Francisco last night. I'm going to go with the Vikings in this one. I'm going to go 19-17. On a game
Yeah, I am going to go with the Vikings as well. I'm going to go Minnesota 23-20.
Okay.
Okay.
And William has the Vikings as well, 24-17.
Okay. All right, next game is the New Orleans Saints taking on the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Ooh, Mike has the Colts 17-14.
I'm gonna go 20-14. Indy.
All right. Kevin has the Colts in this one, 23-8.
23-8. Kevin, did you seriously put down the paintbrush and said, you know what, I'm feeling odd with this score? Wow.
The fact that he gave him a safety even scratches my head even more.
Safety?
Either that or a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Oh my God. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go with the Colts in a more normal kind of score. I'm going to go with the Colts 16 no, scratch that. I'm going to go Colts 20-16.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Colts as well. I'm going to go 24-14.
Yeah, I would go with a score of like 29-11, and people would think I'm fucking drunk off my ass or something. I wouldn't do that.
Williams taking it back old school. Obviously, Johnny Unitas, he's going to go with the Colts 28-17. Good job.
Yeah. Next game, excuse me, is the New England Patriots going to Miami to take on the Dolphins.
Ooh, revenge for Tua Tagovailoa and Miami. I'm starting this one now.
Oh, go ahead, Steven, go.
I'm going to go Miami. I'm going to go Miami 34-16.
Nice. I was gonna be a little less generous. I was gonna go 34-10.
Oh. Let's see. Kevin is actually picking the Dolphins in this one. He's going Dolphins over the Patriots 30-26.
Mike has the Dolphins as well, 42-21.
Woo. I'm going to go with the Dolphins as well. I'm going with the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. I'm going to go 37-17.
Waiting on Williams' score.
Yeah, Ezra, you picked the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, 34-10.
35-10 for William on Miami. All right.
For the first time, next game, for the first time in probably about 4 years or so, is going to be the battle of the New York teams.
That's
The
right.
New York Football Giants taking on the New York Jets.
I'm going to go and start off with this one. Kevin has the Jets over the G-Men 20-17.
Okay.
I'll go with Mike score next. He's got the Jets as well. He's got the Jets 27 to the Giants 16. I'm going to go with the Jets as well. I'm going to go with the Jets. I'm going to go 20 to 13.
Yeah, I got to go with the Jets as well. It's going to be I'm going to go with the Jets 23 to 17.
All right, and I'm going to go with the Jets as well. I'm going to go the Jets on a game-winning touchdown, 21-19.
28-20 for William on the Jets.
All right, next game. The Jacksonville Jags taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mike has the Jags winning this one 31 to 28. Ooh, that's pretty close. I'm going to go with Jacksonville as well. I got the Jags winning 30 to 21 or 30 to 20.
Wait. What did you say hijacker's score was for the Jaguar Steelers?
31-28. Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I heard something different. But Kevin's going to Jaguars over the Steelers 28-20. You know what? I actually like that score, but I'm gonna go 30-20. Jacksonville.
Same score as me. Nice.
I'm going 27-24 Jacksonville.
Okay.
William?
William. 31-21 Jacksonville. Look at the even numbers we have today, folks.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see what else. All right. Next game is the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tennessee Titans in Nashville.
Christ, this game is so hard to predict.
You know what? It may be the wrong pick, but give me the Titans. Give me the Titans 17-14.
Ooh.
I honestly don't know about this one.
Mike has the Falcons winning 10-9.
What?
I'm sorry.
10-9?
I'm sorry, I read that wrong. He's got the Falcons winning 13 to 9. 13-9. Damn, it's still an odd score.
All field goals.
Pretty much.
Either that a touchdown with a missed kick and a field goal. What are they? Titus O'Neil and Madden?
They slipped onto the field?
No.
Yeah.
Titus and Madden. Here's a little story for you. Titus was a part of the early up, down, Madden tournaments on Xavier Woods' YouTube channel. He played great in Madden. The problem is he can't kick in the game.
Oh,
Field goals and point afters are not his thing. He shanks every single one of them because he can't figure out the controls.
William, real quick. William has. Really? Are you kidding me, William, with this score? I cannot believe this. You have a tie? 2020?
What? Oh my gosh.
As long as we've been doing this show for the past 2.5 years, ain't nobody had their game finished with a tie on their score.
Nope.
Wow.
But there's a first time for everything.
Yes, there is.
There is a first time for everything. And get
Wow.
this. You said Hijacker's score was 13-9.
Yes.
That is Kevin's score. 13-9 Falcons.
Wow. Identical.
Absolutely identical.
Yep. Give me like I said, I picked Tennessee earlier 17-14, but all right, let's move on.
Oh, wait. I didn't get my score yet.
What's your score?
Is Tannehill even playing in this game?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I am actually going to go with the Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans in a close one. I'm going to go Tennessee. I don't feel good about it. I'm going to go 16-13.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Hill did not practice today.
And he is actually expected to be out this week because he apparently suffered a high ankle sprain in their loss back in over in London.
Well, actually, since he's not playing, and I don't feel good about that offense, I'm going to go with Atlanta. I'm going to go Atlanta 17-13.
Yeah, because CBS Sports is reporting that Titans are expecting both Malik Willis and Will Levis to play quarterback.
Yeah. Then give me Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta as well. Give me Atlanta 19-10.
Okay. All right, next game is the Philadelphia Eagles, unfortunately facing Joey's Washington Commanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and get things started with this one. The Commanders need help, but it's not gonna come in the form of a victory this week.
Nope.
Sorry, not sorry, fellas. Give me the Eagles in this one. I'm gonna go 37-20.
Oh, I'm going to go with Philadelphia as well. I'm going to go Philadelphia 27-17.
All right, Kevin is picking the Eagles over the Commanders, 31-24.
For me, I am going with the Eagles over the Commanders, 31-13.
Yep. And William 35-13 Philadelphia for William.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, next game is the Cleveland Browns going to Seattle to take on the Seahawks.
I'm going to get this one started with Mike's score. He's got the Browns in an upset, 24-21.
Wow. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do Kevin's score. He's got the Sea Clowns over the Browns. Yeah, he's got the Sea Clowns over the Browns 22-21.
Ooh.
Give me the Seahawks as well. I think this is going to be a very, very hard-fought game. As a matter of fact, I got a very odd score for this one. Give me the Seahawks 27-25.
Ooh. Give me Seattle as well. I'm going to go Seattle. I'm going to go 24-14.
Okay.
Yeah, give me Seattle in this one, 24-7 or 24-20 in this one.
Okay.
Another upset for William. He's got the Browns over the Rubber Ducks 21-17.
The Rubber Ducks.
I love it.
Wow.
All right, next one we got is the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Arizona Cards.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Kevin's score on this one. He's got the Ravens over the Cardinals 26-14 with a side note, Lamar another 300-yard combined yard game.
I'm going to go with Mike's score as well to follow that. He's got Baltimore 28-7.
Wow.
I'm going to go with Baltimore as well. I got Lamar Jackson and the Ravens running roughshod over the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Ravens 30-6.
Jesus.
30 to 14 Ravens.
All right. I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. Give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens 27-7.
30-13 Baltimore for William.
Okay. All right, next is the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos.
Oh, Christ, again.
Give me Kansas City in this one. Give me Kansas City in this one 28 to 13.
Mike's got the Chiefs 40-21.
Oh.
So that's about par for the course.
I'm
Broncos
gonna go,
country. Let's
I'm
get
gonna
your
go
ass.
with the Chiefs as well. I'm gonna go 31-10, Kansas City.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs as well. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs 37-14.
Oh, God.
What's Kevin's score?
He's got the Chiefs over the Denver Wheelchairs 23-3. The Denver Wheelchairs.
There we go.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's horrible. It's horrible, but it's funny at the same time.
Oh, my God.
I know Ashley's brother's not happy about that name. Oh my God. Sorry, John.
Whoa, boy. Oh, that was brutal.
He's going to the KC Swifties. He's 30-20.
Oh my gosh.
The Swifties 30-20.
That's horrible and funny at the same time. It's kind of like Taylor Swift's love life.
Oh.
Sorry, not sorry on that. Let's see. Next up is the. Oh wait, I didn't give a score for this one. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. 28 to 10 on this one.
Okay.
All right, next game. Cincinnati Bengals taking on the 49ers.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Kevin's score in this one. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but he is actually going against his 49ers. He's got the Bengals in this one. With a side note, Joe Burrow goes over 400 yards passing. He's got the Bengals over his Niners 31-28.
That is a shocker.
Yeah, that is definitely a shocker. But San Francisco is going to be back at home. So give me the 49ers in this one. I think they're going to rebound from those two straight losses and start getting back on track. Give me the 49ers in this one. I'm going to go 35 to 24.
I think the Niners are going to get back on track. They got to. I'm going to go with San Francisco. I'm going to go San Francisco in a close one. I got the Niners winning 30-27.
Yeah. Does Hijacker Mike have Santa Clara winning?
He does have Santa Clara winning. He's got San Francisco 24-17. And William. Oh, he's going with Cincinnati too.
Wow.
20-17.
Okay.
Interesting. All right.
So you
Ezra, your score.
Okay.
I'm gonna go San Francisco 34-23.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Sunday Night Football.
That's right. It is the Chicago Bears taking on the Chargers.
All right. I'm gonna go and start off with Kevin's score on this one. He has the Chargers beating the Bears with a score of 20-18.
Okay.
Wow. Mike has Chicago losing to the Chargers. He's got the Chargers 24-17.
Okay.
I know it's false hope, but I got Chicago winning this one.
Okay.
21-20.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers in this one. They had a rough game coming off their bye week against Kansas City's explosive defense. So I think the Chargers are gonna rebound at home. I think it's gonna be close though. Give me the Chargers. I'm gonna go 24-20.
All right.
Same score. 24-20 Chargers.
Nice.
All right. And then finally Monday. Or did William give a score?
Oh gosh.
The Ditka, obviously in reference to Mike Ditka. He's got the Bears winning 23-17.
All right.
All right. All right. Monday Night Football to close out the week.
That's right. The best Monday Night Football game of all time. The Raiders taking on Detroit.
Bull.
Taking on who?
Detroit.
Come on.
I'm going to go ahead and start off with Kevin's score on this one. He's got the Lions over the Raiders 32-9.
Whoa. I'm going to go with Detroit as well. I'm going to go with Detroit 27-10.
All right, I'm going to go with the Lions as well. Give me the Lions over the fired Josh McDanielers. I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm going to go 27-10.
And Mike has the Lions winning as well, 27-20.
All right, Ezra, wrap it up. Close out the week.
Sure thing. We'll do. 35-6. Lions over the damn Raiders.
Ooh. Let's see what Williams
That'll do it for week 8.
Yes, beautiful week 8. And our picks are sponsored by Hulk Hogan's Sex Tape, which answers the question, what you gonna do, brother, when the 24-inch pythons and Hulkamania run wild on you?
He's got the Lions. Williams got the Lions 35 over the Reapers 21.
Hey, Halloween. It's Halloween, so don't fear the Reaper.
All right.
I got a fever for more cowbell.
So, yeah, that'll do it for...
Description is more cowbell.
Yeah, that'll do it for week 8 predictions. All right, let's see. I'm taking a quick look at a couple of scores here. With 2:07 to go in the second quarter, the Nuggets are on top of the Lakers, 60-48.
Yep.
And then in the top of the second, the Diamondbacks are on top of the Phillies, 1-0.
Okay. So there is a score in that game.
Yep.
Huh, interesting.
Yep, and that is our picks for the week. And of course, we'll be back next week with our rundown of this one, as well as the picks for week 9. So,
And obviously, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will be live on a special Halloween edition. Ooh.
Yes,
This
yes, we
worship.
will.
yes, we do. And the only thing scarier than Halloween will be Steven's Carolina Panthers actually winning a fucking game.
Oh, gosh.
Or James Harden actually showing up for his 76ers practice. Oh, by the way, some news here. Going back to basketball a little bit. Bradley Beal will not play in the Suns opener versus the Warriors.
Oh,
Due
interesting.
to a back
Interesting.
injury. Oh, some other news. I forgot about this. Lions wide receiver Marvin Jones Jr. is leaving the Lions to tend to some family issues, to some family matters at home. And he said he cannot be out on the road with these family matters pressing on him. So he's going to be taking time away from the Lions.
Interesting.
In general. So.
And right now in this Nuggets Lakers game, Jokic has 19 points.
Okay. Damn. Oh, and something right here. Kareem Jackson, who had that major hit this weekend that cost him originally 4 games, after his appeal was put through, is now down to 2 games. Kareem Jackson did a hit right to the jaw, side of the helmet of one of the players in the last game, and they disqualified him and ejected him from the game after that hit.
Yeah.
So originally it was a 4-game suspension, but after appeal, it is now down to 2 games.
Interesting.
Yes. Let's see. Anything else real quick? Oh, Bob Melvin will now be the new manager for the San Francisco Giants after leaving the Padres.
Oh, interesting.
And speaking of baseball, there were heavy rumors that now that Houston has been eliminated, this will be the final season for Dusty Baker.
Oh.
Wow.
Rumors are is that Dusty Baker will retire in the offseason.
Wow.
Wow.
Hmm.
Man, I know that's not the way that he wanted to go out, but as I mentioned in the first part of the show, I mean, Dusty Baker, the dude is a living legend. You can go back miles and miles with all the accomplishments that he was able to do in the game of baseball, ranging from a player to a manager. So, hats off to Dusty Baker. This will indeed be his last season.
Yeah. Yep. And
and the Lakers have got this game now to single digits to close out the half.
Nice.
Interesting.
Some hockey news. The Winnipeg Jets head coach, Rick Bowness, is on leave after his wife had suffered a seizure Sunday evening. So Scott Erniel, who is the interim, he will step in as interim coach until Bowness is able to return. Also going on right now is the Maple Leafs up against Capitals 4-1. Then later on, it's in just a few minutes actually, the Blackhawks will take on the undefeated Boston Bruins, and the Flyers will take on the undefeated champions, the Vegas Golden Knights. course, the Blackhawks looking to avenge that early loss in the first game. So they're going to be looking to come back on that. But anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up for today?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good as well.
Yeah, MMA news has been kind of light lately. There hasn't been any big developments. So,
wait, that big fight is coming up this weekend. Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou. That is right. Thank you for reminding me. We do have that coming up. Huge fight between former UFC heavyweight champion contender and one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of our generation, the Gypsy King, taking on the former UFC title contender. So I'm excited for that one. It's going to be a huge, big fight. And you mentioned, of course, next Tuesday we will be live on Halloween. Of course, we will be. Some of us will be dressed in costume. I know I will be.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing your Bray Wyatt costume.
Yeah, you will be joining us later on in the show in full get up. That's going to be awesome.
Yep, and I've got the lantern right here in my hands.
Nice.
Yep.
Of course, I'll be wearing my John Cena get up next week.
Well, you don't have to wear full get up. All you got to do is not show up. Can't see you anyways when it comes to that.
Lord have mercy.
Kevin can dress up as Josh McDaniels.
Oh God!
Oh no! I figured I was gonna be Randy's costume.
Oh yeah, that's Randy's costume. Who would Kevin dress up as?
You know what? Kevin could dress up like our favorite superhero from back in the high school days, Mr. Chuck Norris.
Yes. Kevin, when you take your daughter trick or treating, you need to be dressing up like Chuck Norris, and we approve that message.
Oh, and by the way, and when it comes to Steven all has to do is get a pair of drumsticks. He could be Dave Grohl.
Yep. I should try to find an MTV shirt from back in the day that Grohl wore during the 95 Music Awards.
Yes. Yep, and of course we'll be having that show on Halloween, and we have and of course our picks for next week, week 8 rundown, week 9 picks, and a lot of other stuff to come. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's close it out, boys. A little early today, but why not? Let's go kick back and watch some NXT and relax and enjoy a Tuesday. So Joey,
because NXT has its first night of Halloween Havoc.
Yep, and tonight's going to be a big night tonight. We got the debut of the man formerly known as Brian Pillman Jr., Lexus King. We got Gigi Dolan and Blair Davenport in a lights out match. The NXT tag titles on the line. We between Chase U and the family. Yep, and then we got bunch of other contests on the card. It's going to be very, very big. NXT Halloween Havoc Night 1, and of course the host, none other than Shotzi Blackheart.
Nice.
So we
Shotzi!
So we got a lot to get into on that, or we got a lot to watch on that tonight. NXT, of course, and of course this weekend, of course, we got Dynamite with big matchups on that, including Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta teaming up, or Bryan Danielson teaming up to take on Orange Cassidy and the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada.
Oh, yeah, and let's not forget the match that started off NXT Halloween Havoc tonight, Roxanne Perez and Kiana James in a Devil's Playground match.
Yes, definitely can't forget about that. Also want to mention real quick, what a hell of an event this past Saturday, Bound for Glory.
So good.
Speedball Mike Bailey stealing the show. Absolute classic match between two of the best.
Incredible match. Back and forth they went. It was just, Will Ospreay's resume this year in professional wrestling alone. It's incredible what that man has done this year. His matches with Omega, his match with Jericho was pretty rock solid. And then you wrestle Speedball Mike Bailey, one of the best wrestlers on the planet right now. Just an incredible resume this year for this man.
Yep, and it doesn't stop for Will. He's got a lot of dates coming up. Of course, we got Wrestle Kingdom coming up. He's coming up in January, which hopefully we'll have some news on that concerning Nation's Corner coming up in a couple weeks. Also want to give some props to some of the other competitors on that show. Chris Sabin and Kenta kicking off the night with a great match for the X Division title. The tag titles, ABC getting her titles back from the Rascals.
Hell of a match.
The Monsters Ball
That was crazy.
PCO, Steve Backlund, Rhino, and Moose.
Alex Shelley retains the belt.
Yep, against Josh Alexander. Speaking of PCO, congratulations to PCO on signing a new contract with Impact Wrestling. He will be sticking around. And actually, he's the first wrestler to be signed under the TNA banner.
Man, as a longtime wrestling fan, that right there just sent chills down my spine. And to call it TNA Wrestling after so many years of not having, that licensing, for the logo and the initials. Man.
Well, here's the thing. Scott D'Amore said in a special press conference, or not it's press conference, but an interview earlier today that he did with Tom Hannafin live on Facebook, that they've always had the TNA license and the TNA IPs. It's just that they switched over the name. They've always had the IPs. It was never lost. They never had to buy it back.
Well, good.
They've always had it in their back pocket. It was just a matter of time when it was going to come back. So,
that's awesome.
But yeah, a lot of great things went on with Bound for Glory. Of course, like I said, TNA coming back hard to kill in January and all that more.
And shout outs real quick to Jordan Grace. I mean, to beating Bully Ray at the end of the Call Your Shot match, and she definitely called her shot, as she will be taking on the TNA Knockouts World Champion
Trinity
at Hard to Kill.
Yes, and it also got to say congratulations to Sunny Kiss.
Yes,
on making her Impact Wrestling / TNA debut at the Call Your Shot Battle Royal. So definitely congratulations to her on that. But we got to close out this show. We could go on all night, but we'll save the wrestling for the Nation's Corner. So Joey, final thoughts for tonight.
Once again, it was another great show with you guys. It was, like I said earlier, it was nice being back after being out last week. Great analysis on the screwed up week that was the NFL this past week.
Yeah.
Hopefully this week will be a lot better for everybody. Wish you guys the best of luck for week 8. And in the meantime, whatever you decide to watch, whether it's a little bit of basketball, whether it's a little bit of football, because we got some college action, or whether it's the major leagues. Enjoy watching sports, and if you're going to be awake tomorrow night, make sure you watch the regular season debut of one Mr. Victor Wembanyama, because that's going to be a sight to see. So
with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yep, that's going to be a sight to see. So peace out. See you guys next week.
All right, we'll do. Steven, you know how to close it out, brother.
Great job with you guys tonight. And thank you to William being in the chat, hanging out, helping out with the score, giving his scores. And thank you to everybody, for giving their scores for this week. Kevin and Hijacker, who could not be on this week because he is still finishing up a project. He will be out next week. Trick-or-treating with his daughter. That should be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to having Kevin back on at the start of November for the show, and looking forward to next week with you guys on a special Halloween edition of the sports show. And don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is at the Nation's Corner. And don't forget to check out the Nation's Corner this Saturday as the guys break down all of the action in professional wrestling. And shout outs to Front Row. I hope you have a great time with your wife for the next couple of weeks on your well-deserved vacation. And you can follow us on Twitter at ON_sports show. Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, and where we are live on Tuesday nights youtube.com/Our Nation Sports Show, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And with that being said, Ezra, wrap this up, my friend.
Will do. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining us live or on demand whenever you're watching this. A lot of sports coverage came out today, and we got through it all. We got through everything we needed to get through, and we thank you guys for sticking along with us. Next week is going to be a great week for sports. We go into, like I said, week 8 coverage, and then week 9 predictions. Also, of course, being Halloween, we're going to have a little Halloween, a little bit of a special kind of. We're, of course, also, we will be deep into the World Series as it starts Friday, once again, on Fox. Check your local listings. And for wrestling fans, don't forget, Friday Night SmackDown will be on FS1 on 7 p.m. at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, but on FS1 this week instead because of the World Series. Also got some great wrestling this weekend with AEW and all that. AEW Dynamite, Rampage, and of course Impact Wrestling, now TNA Impact. It's going to be awesome to watch all that this week. And of course, GCW's got a couple of great shows coming up next week as well. Great announcements for WrestleCade, including last week Santana Jackson, and now added from Insane Clown Posse, Violent J will be in Winston-Salem for WrestleCade on the GCW card. So it's going to be awesome to see all that go down. And of course, you can keep track of that. Get your subscription services, whether it be 5+, whether it be this or that, whatever. Watch all that and enjoy it. So with that being said, for Kevin Rory, for Randy Gyron, Stephen Wyan, Joey Thornton, and everybody in the nation, I am Ezra Vickery. We will see you right here next week for another great edition of Our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you all next Tuesday, same time, same sports channel.
Turn me up. Turn me up.